Hey friends, it is Kendra here with the Prosperous Projector. And today I want to speak to my lovely projector entrepreneurs around this idea and truth that you are always in control. So the other day I was having some thinking time. I love to think. And I was thinking about this whole idea of control. And quite honestly, for me as a projector within my human design blueprint, the energetic theme of control shows up all over my human design chart. It's in my sun, it's in my moon, it's in my Venus, it's in my, what is the other place it's in? It's in another place in my chart too, but gate 21, which is like the gate of control, it shows up so many times in my chart. It's in my sun. So it is a huge, huge theme for me in my life, right? And so I've always just had this feeling or this desire to just sit and contemplate this idea of control because it's been something that's been with me my whole life. I remember, as early as or as late as I guess my father always telling me, Kendra, you can only control what you control. Focus on what you can control. Because I would find myself getting really frustrated or flustered or feeling like a victim because I couldn't control the different circumstances of the people around me, right? So I want to have this conversation with you because it got me to thinking, okay, how does this show up as an entrepreneur? How does this show up when you are out of alignment with this idea of control? And so the picture or the analogy that came to me was the fact that as an entrepreneur, your business is the vehicle for your desires. It's the vehicle for your ability to feel like you're being of service. It is your vehicle to be impactful and to inspire and to uplift other people, right? So if our businesses are the vehicle, then that means we are the driver, right? You are the driver of your business. Or you could say your life. However you want to look at this, life, business, doesn't matter. You are always the driver. So with that being said, if we are the driver of our business, of our life, how are we then driving this vehicle of ours? And so I really started thinking about that. So I thought, wow, okay, so as an entrepreneur, I am the one driving my business, and knowing human design the way that I do, my unique energetic design is kind of like my map of how I am driving my business forward. It's also the map of how I'm driving my life forward. And it will show me clearly on that map, right, where my vulnerabilities lie, where, certain energetic patterns may lie, where I may just be going in circles. It shows me where my strengths are. It literally gives me this map to show me how to navigate and move this vehicle of mine, my business or my life, in a direction and in a way that feels most aligned with me. So with that being said, then it also means that you're in control. You are in control. But what I see happening sometimes, this whole idea of control, what comes up is either you are on the lower end of the spectrum where you just feel completely as like you feel like a victim towards the things that are happening in your business, right? Maybe you're like, oh, I'm not getting any clients, or no one's engaging on my content. No one's buying my stuff, or you feel like it's happening to you. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you may be overly reactive where you're trying to control everything, right? It's like you're almost trying to force things to happen. And no matter where you are on this spectrum, it's actually quite exhausting for you as a projector. What we want to be looking at is really honing our energies so that we can be in that equal place, right? Where we know that the only thing we can control is ourselves. Right? It's the only thing we can control are our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, how we choose to show up for our businesses and our lives, how we choose to speak, to behave. That is what you can control. And when we can understand that, we can drive this beautiful vehicle of our business and our lives from a place of more trust, more confidence, more clarity. Right? Are you following me? So ask yourself that question. Who am I being behind the wheel of my vehicle, be it your business or your life? How are you being? And so this is why I love human design so much, because yes, there is a place out there for all of the business strategy in the world, right? There is a strategy for how to increase your engagement on Instagram. There's a strategy on how to increase your engagement on Facebook. There's a strategy for, enrolling more and more clients. There's a strategy for all that, but that is like those are like the building blocks of your business. But if your energy that fuels those strategies is not in alignment, if you are operating from the lower expressions or frequencies of your design, then those strategies are not going to work, right? So being a projector entrepreneur is not so much about like, oh, we have these completely different strategies that we use in business. It's about how we are using the strategies in business. And we can use the strategies in business in a way that supports us as projectors when we understand, right, how our energy flows, when we understand how to be in control of ourselves, of where we're going, of our thoughts, our feelings, all that good stuff. So I remember a time when I was in my prayer closet and I was praying and I was kind of like pacing back and forth in my closet and I was praying. And God gave me this awareness that, okay, wait a minute, Kendra. The place that you're in right now, you don't like it. So at the time, I was working in corporate. I was in a place in my life where I was totally unhappy. I wasn't loving it. I was burning myself out and I wanted something different, but I had no freaking clue what that could even look like, right? And so in that moment when I'm pacing back and forth in my closet, I get this beautiful awareness, from God that says, wait a minute, you are in control here, Kendra. And I kind of just stopped in my tracks because I was like, wait a minute, because I had been spending my energy being so mad and bitter and irritated about how I was being treated at my job, how I wasn't being recognized, how I was being undervalued, how I was being made to work all these hours, how I was like exhausted and it was their fault, right? I was spending so much energy on that. And what was happening is I was putting my control outside of myself. And so when I got that download, I was like, okay, wait a minute. What if I can control or influence my experience that I'm having by paying attention to what I'm thinking, by paying attention to what I'm feeling, by paying more attention to the actions I'm taking, to being the observer of how I am showing up. And so when we do that, when we take back that control, we can then step into a space of being more deliberate and more intentional about how we move through our life and how we move through our business. So maybe you are a projector entrepreneur and you are feeling quite bitter and frustrated because you've been doing all the things in your business and you have experienced some success and things seem to be going well, and all of a sudden you hit a plateau. All of a sudden the strategies aren't working, or you've taken all these courses and you're trying these things and they don't really feel good to you, but you're like, well, this person says I should do it, so I'm going to do it. And you're feeling frustrated, right? You're feeling bitter. You're feeling like, why does it seem like everyone else is like making this progress moving forward, but I'm not? What we need to do in that place is not so much look at, oh, there must be something I'm doing wrong, right? Nothing is wrong with you. It is about pulling your power back from all of that outside of you and stepping back into your power by understanding and observing and becoming aware of how you are thinking, becoming aware of the feeling and the emotion that you have when you show up to your business, to the thing that you're doing, right? When you do that and you focus in on that awareness and you shift that awareness and you choose to see things differently and you choose to take control back over your own well-being, over your own success, over your own direction, your business and life begin to get back into alignment in a way that feels good for you. And things begin to work and you begin to realize, oh, okay, I don't have to put so much effort. I thought I had to put all this effort in, right? And yes, there is work to be done. As projectors, we still need to be showing up. We still need to be talking about our businesses and talking about our offers and doing all those things. But when you have clean energy behind it, when you are in control of yourself, when you are in control of your mindset and what you're thinking, what you're choosing to believe, that is clean energy. You're clear in how you're showing up. Then the action that you're taking and the results that you get don't feel like you're pushing a boulder up the hill, right? So I want to encourage you today to remember that you are always in control. So when I think of this for myself and I look at this dominant theme in my human design chart, the low frequency of this is to be controlling, right? To try to control other people or to control circumstances. And the higher expression of this is that of an authority. And what that means is I'm stepping into my authority to take control over my life, right? I am coming from my heart. I am operating from my heart, and I'm recognizing what I can control, and the things outside of me that I can't, I'm not letting that stress me. I'm not letting that take me out, but instead I'm bringing my thoughts, my beliefs, and my work that I do on myself back into alignment in a way that feels good, right? So when you know that you are always in control, you're going to be wanting to bring yourself back to that place of where you feel good. What do you need to do to feel good in your mind, in your body, in your emotions? What does that need? What needs to happen for you to feel good in those spaces? Right? Do you need to stop doing certain things in your business that you're doing because you were told you need to do them? Right? Do you need to trust yourself more so that you can step out of the energy of doubt and worry? What is that for you? You are in control. And one of the things that I found helpful too, I want to touch on this for a moment. When we look at our human design blueprint, we can also see quite clearly where we are highly influenced by external forces. So when I look at my human design chart, I have a lot of openness in my chart, y'all. Like I am defined in my root and in my spleen center, and that's it. So that means all the rest of that openness in my chart and the other 7 centers where I am open, I am taking in and being influenced by my external environment. If I don't know that, if I'm not clear on that, then what happens is I feel out of control. And when I feel out of control, I want to try to take back control, which is that forceful energy, right? But when I know that I am constantly picking up and tapping into the energies of my environment around me, I then get to make a conscious choice and a conscious decision to show up differently, which then influences how I am then experiencing where I'm at, right? Do you see that? So you are powerful. You have so much power within you. And really what it comes down to is understanding how to harness your power, understanding how your power is meant to be run through your system and broadcasted out into the world. Right? When we get that, when you get that, you feel grounded, you feel in control. The things that used to knock you out of your lane or send you off into like a stressful moment, they don't bother you so much anymore. Because you're grounded in your control and how you are in your alignment with yourself. Yeah? So, let me know what comes up for you as you have listened to this video. I'd love to know, does it resonate? Do you have thoughts around this? Do you have questions around this? Let me know in the comments. If you are watching this and you're brand new here, leave me a hi or a hello or something in the comments so I can come back and say hi to you. And let me know how this helped you. And if you are a projector entrepreneur and you're looking for a space where you can be supported in stepping into your power from a place of alignment, from a place of integrity with yourself, then I am here. I have experiences ranging from 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months that are available for you to step into. I will leave that link below. You can book a connection call if you are serious and you're looking to just kind of talk through what this would mean for you. I would love to have that conversation. So until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.